It's the home of the Jazz here in Utah as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah, in the Energy Solutions Arena. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step. Facing a closely ranked team, no clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
And they've only played them once this season, but that win should give them some confidence heading into tonight, their final matchup.
And guys, a chance to sweep the season series here. Of course, that motivation goes both ways, so they'll have to come ready to play, and I expect they will.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Nerlens Noel, also Robert Covington out there, Okafor out there with Iverson. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. There's a good screen. They swipe it. Burke covering. Iverson outside. Kicks it to Noel. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Noel's got his first bucket in this one. 76ers on defense. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
How about the athleticism on display defensively in that win?
Yeah, it was reflected in their shot block total, Greg. I mean, they were very disruptive, which I think is a combination of hustle and muscle. You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on.
Yeah.
Well, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. The 76ers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Feeds it to Okafor. Kicks it out to Iverson for the 3. Utah with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
I thought the bench was the X factor for him. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game. But when it shows up, it's a nice weapon.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's Noel missing.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Dishes to Covington. It's Noel atop the key. Shot clock at 5. Up off the screen. Can't get the layup. Utah trailing here to the right side. Here's Burks. That one falls coming off Burks' feet. Burks has got 6.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Iverson outside. Can they get it? And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Picked by Okafor. They get a hand on it. Burks with the steal. Utah leading by 3.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too, so nothing subtle about that one.
To the paint, it's tipped and stolen by Favors. Iverson against Hayward. Pass to Booker. The feed to Burks. From the corner. That's good from Burke. On the assist by Burks.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
Here's Favors. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Joe Ingles comes in for Burks. Passes to Boozer. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening. One-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
The Jazz making a switch here. Withy's checked in. Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Grant's checked in. We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Quinn Snyder. Doris?
Not turning the ball over is important for any team, obviously. But he said it takes on extra meaning when going up against a team with so many small ball hawks, who will seize any opportunity to come up with a steal and turn it into easy points on the other end of the floor. Gentlemen?
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
And so they should, because that's what it's going to take. This is such a tough D to break down. They're going to have to play a smart game offensively.
Well, there's no denying that. I mean, you're not going to get by on skill alone. I mean, you've got to have the strategy and the skill working together.
Landry with a screen for Roten to the inside. Landry gets the bucket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Burke dishes to Hayward. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 3rd assist on the night.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Roten kicks to Landry. Can't hit. The Jazz go the other way with it. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. And Hayward gets it to go.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Takes a 3. Grant. That's good. Grant's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Burke kicks to Withy. Nice ball movement by Utah. The pass to Burke. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The 76ers trail by 7. Thompson in the corner. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Burke can't get it to go.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Well, clearly, guys, Trey Burke is a guy who is talent, drafted number 9 overall 2013, grew up in Columbus, Ohio, went to the University of Michigan. But so far, you know, Greg, in the NBA, he's been a bit of a tweener.
You know, that's a great point. And part of the issue is, you know, he was a scoring guard in a point guard's body. And one thing that happens in college when you're the best player, it's a lot easier. Now when you move up to the next level, you have to change what you do on the floor to impact the game, and that's been a challenge for him thus far early in his career.
Interesting. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Roten, the pass to Grant. Screened by Boozer. Grant dishes to Boozer. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's Thompson again missing.
And, you know, going back to Trey Burke, for a guy with a scoring mindset, he has some limitations there. His field goal percentage was under 40 his first 2 seasons. Part of that is because he doesn't have the explosiveness to get to the rim.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his second foul of the game. Miles checked in for Gobert. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Marshall, he's checked in for Tony Roten. The 76ers trail by 7. Now Marshall. Screened by Grant. Right side Boozer. Thompson outside. Back to Boozer. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you know, talking about Trey Burke, at his size, he needs to become a more consistent playmaker. I know he's a competitor, very successful in college, wants to play a lot of minutes in the pros, but to do that, he needs to reshape his game and I think adopt a pass-first mentality.
.30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ingles kicks to Burke, tries again.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
No good. And that does it for the first quarter. Jazz lead by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there.